Boy, do I have a story for you guys. My music? I think we were listening to Spotify last time we were here. Hello! It's Tuesday. It's been a whole fucking week since the last time I streamed. I didn't plan for that. But we got new merch. I need to kind of... I was literally setting this up a minute ago. I gotta kind of rearrange some of this stuff, I think. I'll move this one over here and move this one over here. Gotta It's Tuesday, and what's up, Pyro? New merch. That's right. And something else. I don't know if you see. Is there something strange? Is there something strange going on? Something weird, something odd, something not typical to in the environment here? Is there something? Dora the Explorer ass. Do you see it ass? Oh my god, this is kind of scuffed, isn't it? Oh. That's crazy. She's jumping for joy over there. Look at her. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Enbarr, brought to you by our loving leaflet Selwyn, and brought to life with ONU's VTuber mascot technology. The PNG to Live 2D item, Universal Mascot Live 2D item template by ONU, ONU _8607 on VGen. I believe they're a Korean creator. And I found their tweet about this tech ages ago. And I found that they had an actual VGen listing for it, which thank God, because the VGen listing has everything in English versus her, original site there. I don't know if they're a man or a woman. Versus their original site, which had everything in, Korean, and I did not know what I was looking at. I was like, all these instructions don't make any sense to me. But yeah, she bounced around. She get upsetty spaghetti whenever I do. Hello? Why are my toggles not working? Hello? Toggles? There we go. She get upsetty. She get disparage. And there are a bunch of other preset emotions, but they don't really line up with what I can do, so she's either mad or sad. No toggles for you. Yeah, I don't know why that was not, I don't know why the toggles weren't toggling. But she get mad and she gets sad. And also, when I say Connla is a VTuber stream without scuff, true. All VTuber debuts have to be scuffed. That's how you know it's legit, right? That's the only way you know. But also, I used the, I think last stream? No, it was the, we were chatting before the Cult of the Lamb stream when I was talking about the crowns and how item groups didn't work the way that I thought they did. But now, with the knowledge that I've gained about how item groups work, I can do this. Hey. I can make it so that Enbarr can appear wrapped around my neck, trying to fucking kill me, because I deserve it. And she get angry, and she get disparage. Yay! Do you have any idea? The reason that now this is where the story comes in. And I realize I haven't addressed the new merch yet. Don't worry, we'll get to it. In a moment. It's everything... Man, timing things is really hard, it turns out. Okay, so figuring out how to get Enbarr to sit in my model layers like this, and also pin, like, around my neck and not just sit there in space, sort of attached to me. Oh my god, it took me legitimately an entire hour to figure out why it was working the way it was working instead of the way I wanted it to be working. Why is there a seahorse humping? She is not doing that! She's just excited, she's happy to be here. Part of the code in the animation program, I don't even know what to call it exactly. It's like it's some weird, like, preset live 2D item coding in which I literally just, like, it's a Photoshop file that has a bunch of textures and stuff on it, and then I add this art by Selwyn into that Photoshop file. And then there's coding to make it so that that Photoshop file knows what part the model is, what part these added textures are to change your expression and stuff. It's magic. It's magic is basically what it is. But and even more magic, for those that don't know how VTube Studio works, it didn't originally allow you to pin stuff between your own model layers. I did not do any coding, no. I literally copy and pasted this art by Selwyn into the Photoshop file, and followed the instructions in order to set everything up. I did not do any coding. If I did have to do coding, this probably never would have happened. Not that I couldn't do the coding, but that I would try to do the coding and get pissed off and just say, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I did take a coding class in high school. Different mic today? Does it sound different? It should be the same. I think it should be the same. Does it sound weird? You totally could have, surely, maybe. Does it sound weird? It sounds normal to me. Human languages, easy. Computer languages, I die. Real. I keep getting sidetracked. Basically, in a probably not so recent anymore update, VTube Studio allows you to pin items, allows you to move other items in between the layers of your model. It didn't used to do that, so now you can have stuff not just in front of or behind your model, but like in and around your model, which is what you're seeing with Enbarr here. The reason that it took me so long to get this right is because I wanted to have her tail wrapped around my neck like you see, kind of like my scarf, but I couldn't figure out how to get her to move and lean with me because she's only behind my head layers and in front of, like, everything else. That's okay. I did not... The Pat the Enbarr is still only for the boat version of Enbarr. It's look, man, it took me a long time to get this much figured out. Listen. This shit is actually a lot harder than it looks. And that's with me not needing to do any of the coding, right? Okay? Like, all the hard parts, somebody else did for me, but it was still hard. Look, listen, okay? Oh my god. I'm pretty sure the Pat the Enbarr thing, I don't know for sure. Also, that's not a seahorse, that's a seahorse. Basically a cat. Yes, that was the joke. Okay, that was all right. All right, yeah, I'm getting. Oh my god, there are so many things that I need to talk about. I should have made a list. I didn't think you guys were gonna get me so off track. Okay. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? The reason I needed to pin her to a particular layer. I think she's pinned specifically to the front of my scarf layer, even though she's behind that layer. But the reason it was so frustrating was that every time I pressed the button to make her despawn and then respawn, she would unpin herself. I realized that that's because when I went and saved the item scene, it saved the specific layer she was pinned on, so every time I changed it to adjust it, I needed to go and resave it in that separate menu. That took me 30 minutes out of the full hour before stream that it took me to set this up at all. Just getting her to sit here took 30 minutes out of that half hour setting all the rest of the stuff up. Does Enbarr know Pequod? Not to my knowledge. The Spinning Pup, I know you! What's up? Thanks for the follow. Hello, welcome. Good morning. Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. It's the year of the sea horse. And she counts as a fire horse, I guess, even though she's mostly a water horse, because red. Actually, let me give you, and I know you. Thanks, ready? Water in the fire, why? Damn, classic clip. Holy shit. Oh my god, okay. Hold on. We're doing this fucking ADHD style. I keep jumping around. Congrats, Reddy, on killing me first. What's up, Phantom Kitsune? What's up, Tiger? What's up, Brick? I saw you in here. What's up, Chocolate? Chocolate, thank you for a 15 stream streak. That's a lot of streams. Hi, Dory. I saw you in here. Who else is in here? Grim. Dylan Ceruleani himself, the Mr. Fishman. Hello, everybody. Happy Chinese New Year. I'm sipping my coffee. I gotta chill out, bro. Currently on a 95 stream streak on a different stream. That's insanity. I don't know if I could ever get that high. I think the highest stream streak I have is like, I don't know, pushing 60. Maybe it's pushing 50. 60 something in Singes. Yeah. Well, because I'm not as caught up as everybody, because I missed a couple of streams. I keep losing I know! Dude, I was in, I think it was Kyoko's stream last night for her Chibi debut, and my streak had reset to 2, and I was like, fuck! Because she usually starts her stream at like 10 p.m. my time, which I'm like usually like getting ready for bed around that time. Depending on what I'm doing. So, sometimes I'm up late. She early stream yesterday. Did she? I thought it was around the same time. I don't know. Either way, I was already. She did 2 streams. Oh, she did 2 streams yesterday. Okay, that's probably why. Saw someone on a 275 stream streak. That's insane. 59 watch. Damn. Yeah, I'm probably around there. I'm probably like in the high 50s then. If you guys are 60 and up. Just enter stream for 5 minutes to preserve streak. Yeah, but like sometimes I'm at work and can't do that. Like and Vixie's another VTuber that I want to stop into more streams, but she lives in Australia, so she literally goes live at midnight my time. Like, I can't keep up, man. I can't just have all of these streams pulled up on my tabs all the time. Except for the times you're about to go to bed, true. The UK, you mean? No, Vixie's in Australia. Vixie lives in Australia. I'm pretty sure it's Australia and not New Zealand. I don't recall exactly. I know Lena's in New Zealand, but Vixie, I think, is Australian. It's maddening. Ugh. Oh, she's UK. We might be thinking of two different people. I'm pretty confident she's Australian. I could be gaslighting myself. I don't know. I really should have made a list. Merch! Exclamation point merch. We've got new merch featuring your girl Enbarr and a beanie, and I really like the beanie. I took the having when Kat announced that beanies were now available in the merch Discord. I got very excited because having a beanie just with the little red leaf logo is like peak. I mean, this Vixie? No, okay, we are talking about two different people. Yeah, not that Vixie, different Vixie. V-I-X-I. Vixie. Like, can I? Can that work? Yeah, that Vixie. Cool. I don't know if she's live right now. She's gonna be very confused by random American VTuber shouting around on her channel. She'll never know that we had this conversation. Anyway. Jeez, my stream was delayed. Well, refresh your thing. It'll be caught up. Yeah, there's a lot of nominative overlap in the VTuber sphere, which is fine. It happens. There's no such thing as a truly unique idea, you know? At least not anymore. We've been alive. Humankind's been around for like 10,000 years or whatever. I thought you were talking about Vixie the Fox. Yes, I see. Well, technically the Vixie I'm talking about is also a fox, so that's kind of an interesting coincidence. That's really funny, actually. Two different Vixies, both of them are foxes. That's really funny. What did I miss? I was gone for 5 years. I don't know. I'm kind of just rambling. Oh yeah, I was gonna give you guys a close-up look. Okay, Enbarr, hop off. Hop off. Thank you. Okay, let me pull up specifically this one. This is important, chat. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Exclamation point merch in chat will take you to my merch page on the Cat Dragons website. This item, the specialty Enbarr heart handle mug, is a limited run item. This will no longer be available at the end of the month. You have until next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, to get your orders in before it is obliterated off the face of the site. I might talk to Kat and see if we can get this design on a regular mug after the limited drop is over, but surprised you haven't gotten a vector made of that leaf yet. I kind of whipped together a slightly more refined version for the beanie, but yeah, I have been thinking about getting a more professionally done version of the logo, but I don't know, I think having it done by me, even if it's a little crappy, kind of, I don't know, I like that. But yeah, here's a bit of a close-up of the official Enbarr design done by Selwyn, a friend of the channel, a friend of the leaflets, a friend in my heart. Love that guy. A little close-up. I love the leaf tail fins. Very good. I love the red kind of ombre going on with the little like leaves in the hair, and it's just, I love so many things about this design. And like the vast majority of it was Selwyn's idea, because like my whole concept, I talked about the concept for Enbarr before, but that concept, of course, being a seahorse that is a seahorse. Like she's a boat horse, she's a seahorse, she's that. But then also like having her seahorse form be a little bit not like a full-on literal seahorse, but a little bit inspired by like Kelpie's hippocampus, that kind of sea horse from mythology, because I'm a big mythology nerd, and I thought having like the bottom half be literal seahorse and then the top half be, you know, mythological seahorse would be very cute and interesting. Might be able to make a Lego of that. Oh, that would be really cool. Connla mug merch, that's right, Connla mugs local color for their Rintosaka merch. Oh my god, I saw a tweet earlier today. Let's put the girl back on the screen. I saw a tweet earlier today that was explaining why the Fate extra version of Rin being like associated with Cuchulainn and having her servant and like form being Cuchulainn, Lancer, is a pun. She's Cuchulainn, and I did not get that until that tweet spelled it out for me, and oh my god. It's a fucking pun. It was a pun the whole time. Gotta finish the 2-foot pyrope up first. I forgot you were working on that, bro. 1 gazillion orange pieces. Oh my god. But yeah, in other merch, we got the hat, the beanie, which I low-key, I want to order like a dozen of those beanies and just like give them to my family, because I think that having a beanie with just the little red leaf logo on it is so classy. It's like subtle. It's beautiful. I recommend this color. This is the Ecru color, I believe, on the site. I recommend this color. I think it looks the best on that. I think the kind of, I think it's like mahogany red. I think that is the best. I think having it on that bright background is it makes it pop the most. So I definitely recommend that color. Power of learning Japanese is finding out that they make more puns than we do in English somehow. Yeah. And because they have different alphabets, different words can mean different things at the same time, depending on how they're written. It's very interesting, and I would like to learn the language, maybe someday, eventually. I don't have the time for that. And we've also got a desk mat referencing the 30 music video from my birthday, done by Kage. Kage did the desk mat. That's the exact same art, just in the dimensions of a desk mat. And that's it. And there's no other, and there is no other merch. There's a beanie, there's a mug, there's a desk mat, and that's it. There isn't anything else. I don't know what that thing is that's over there. I promise it's not real. That's... Yeah, congratulations, guy. You got the Connla Daki. You guys funded the Connla Daki. It's finally here. Congratulations. The Connla Daki is real. Now you motherfuckers better buy it, because you memed it into existence, and I'm gonna be pissed off if you don't buy a body pillow with your wolf boy Oceana and cuddle it to sleep every night. I'm gonna be pissed. You memed it into existence, and now you have to live with that. can't. I cannot believe I actually went through with it. It's here, it's real, and I have half a mind to buy one for myself. I don't... It's a little pricey, I will admit, but like, it's on par with a lot of other Daki covers out there, so it's not, you know... Like, I get it. If it's not, you know, not, I get it. It's kind of pricey, and it's got a dude on it. I get it if you're not super into that, but like, you know, it's there. Meme the Connla tax into existence. You can't. Well, you can't, even though you kind of already did. You can't. Don't. You can't. I'm tired. I don't. Oh my god. Do I have anything else that I needed to talk about? I don't think so. I gotta catch my breath. Stay tuned for autumn when we release Connla Red Leaf naturally sourced red leaves, only $2.99 USD plus each, plus shipping and handling. That would be crazy. You know, I have told the story about the way that I told the story behind why we got the Red Leaf name. I could go to that tree in the fall and like try and preserve some of those leaves, like a scrapbook kind of thing. I can't believe I'm only just now having that thought. That could be kind of cute, right? Take a couple of those red leaves and like preserve them. You should stop stalling and get out into the rain. I will still be lurking. No, Godspeed, soldier. Just stay dry, Brick. Bricks are semi-permeable, yeah? Or is it that they're specifically not permeable so that they keep out the rain? I don't know. I don't. Take care, Brick. Stay warm, stay dry. Do your best. Get resin and corkboard to make coast. Oh, that would be really cool. That would be so cool! That would be fucking awesome, actually! That's a great... I need to learn how to do that. I also need to learn how to, like, sew ears and a tail if I want to cosplay myself at upcoming convention. I've already mentioned that I'm going to be going to Anime Boston. I've mentioned it offhand. I want to go in Connla cosplay. I have some stuff ready to go for that cosplay. I have other stuff that's like, I'm gonna have to like buy that or like really kind of figure out how to do. Basically, I want to add this little bit on my right shoulder, that little like extra fur, because I have a jacket like this that I cobbled together years ago. I should probably make sure that it's still in good condition. You ignoring me on purpose? Are the other items also on limited time? No. Everything else is on the merch store permanently. The heart handle mug is a Valentine's Day specialty item. That one will be going away at the end of the month. I'm gonna talk to Kat and see if we can't like get a listing up for a regular version with that Enbarr art on the regular mug. That way we'll have a Connla mug and an Enbarr mug. But the heart handle version of the mug is limited time. That one will be going away at the end of the month. You have until the 28th to get your orders in. The rest of the stuff is not limited time. You can get that whenever. Buy the mug? Yeah, I definitely want to get the mug. What else? I was talking about the cosplay. I have Hakama, just not in this color, from the Grimjow cosplay that I did for WeebCon in, what was it, 2024? So, like, I would have to kind of find a dye or something. I would have to alter them kind of a lot. I have boots, they just don't like this. They don't look like this. I'd have to alter them. I'd have to get the wrist wear. I have a scarf. I'd have to buy a wig, which I have something in my cart on Arda that, like, I'm pretty sure is, like, kind of nails the color. I'd have to buy a wig, I'd have to style that wig. I'd have to figure out how to do ears. And in hopefully a similar enough color that it's not obvious that it's not a part of the wig. I'd have to figure out how to do a tail. So I have probably, like, about 50% of the cosplay is done. Oh, and the chain. I don't have a chain with the little charms on it. I'd have to figure out how to do that. And Anime Boston is, like, the first weekend in April, so... being that we're halfway through February at this point, I should probably, like, get on that shit. I should probably, like, go and buy the shit that I need so that I can attempt to alter it, inevitably fuck up, and then buy replacements and still have time. Right? That's kind of gonna be... It's gonna be tough. I would like to do Connla cosplay crafting on stream. Probably would specifically do, like, the little leaf charm. Just found out the other day that the Sunday that weekend is Easter. It almost always is. I've been going to Anime Boston, with the exception of, like, the pandemic and post-pandemic Anime Bostons. This will actually be the first Boston I've been to since before the pandemic. But I've been going to Anime Boston basically every year for at least a decade before the pandemic. And, like, almost every single year it was on Easter weekend. Which is convenient that they have a chapel in, like, kind of en route to the convention center. I'm pretty sure it's literally right outside the convention center, because the convention center is in a mall. It's in the same place every year. The convention center is in a mall, and right outside inside that mall, right outside of the convention center doors, is a little chapel. So, like, you can go in there and do mass on Easter if you're so inclined. Like, it's kind of convenient. It's pretty good. If it doesn't get done, that's okay. Yeah, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I would like to try to get it to happen. I'd like to try and be Connla at the convention. That would be really cool. Tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. Yes, yeah. I looked at it on my calendar. I was like, it mentions the new moon. It mentions, like, President's Day, and I went, what the fuck? Ash Wednesday is tomorrow. Yeah. I'm not a particularly religious person, but I did grow up Catholic, so I kind of know all of these things. I'm half Irish, half Italian. It comes with the territory. That means... What does that mean? That does mean today is Mardi Gras! Wait a minute, you're right! Dude, fucking multiculturalism is crazy, because, like, last Thursday was, like, Polish Donut Day, because that's their equivalent. Their equivalent of Mardi Gras which is Mardi Gras literally translating to Fat Tuesday. Their equivalent translates in English to Fat Thursday. And when I made that connection, I was like, oh, it's the same holiday, just for a different culture. Like, or a different country, at least, but because it's like, it's all connected, man. Everything's like, it's all connected. Fat Thursday, you eat the specialty donuts, which I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're like not technically donuts. It's just that donuts is like the nearest, closest type of pastry that we have in the States, basically. And then Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, and it's the day before Ash Wednesday, because Ash Wednesday is like the start of Lent. It's the 40 days before Easter, and Lent is like you're supposed to kind of sacrifice something for the duration of those 40 days as tradition, as to mirror the 40 days that Christ spent in the desert, I believe, before being crucified. I don't remember. I could be pulling it out my ass. I don't remember specifically. You'd have to talk to my brother Cookus. He knows this stuff better than I do. But you know, just I'm big on mythology, right? I like to find a lot of connections between myths and religion because they are kind of the same thing. Some people get offended when you say stuff like that, but it's like you kind of gotta roll with me here. Thousands of years ago, Zeus was God. Now, we kind of look back at that and think, yeah, but back then that was it. You were living it. It was real. And like, just took 3 shots. Dino, bro, holy, slow down. It's like 11 a.m. Not even. I know it's not for you. I know for you it's, well, for you it's probably about 5 o'clock, right? So I'm fucking, hey, way to go. There you go. Okay, catch up. Brits call it Shrove Tuesday and eat pancakes. What the fuck is Shrove? I got some weird words over there. But yeah, mythological syncretism. I'm interested. I'm fascinated. It's cool. I like it. I swear there was another thing I wanted to talk about, and I've completely forgotten what it is at this point. I don't remember. Karaoke! That was the thing. That was the thing I was going to talk about. I had meant to do the karaoke stream on Sunday to go along with the merch drop and the Enbarr kind of mini debut that we're having. Turns out timing stuff is a little bit hard sometimes, so everything's kind of spread out a little bit over this week. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do the karaoke stream tomorrow. I haven't decided exactly what time I want to start. It's either gonna be at noon my time or 3 p.m. my time, or somewhere. We're probably gonna start between noon and 3, and we'll probably wrap it up. I don't know. I expect it to last 2, maybe 3 hours. Depending on how much you guys distract me. Yes. Unfortunately for me and everybody else, except for Dinah, CPR is on the set list. I'm gonna regret this. Originally, I wanted to kind of set up like a full-on set list and kind of go one by one and like have everything ready to go and done. But I think it'll be more fun if we kind of play it by ear and look up songs that we have ready to go. Look up karaoke versions just kind of as we're doing it. Like there are still certain songs that I want to do for sure. And we came up with a bunch of stuff on that set list that we made a couple of weeks ago. So like I'm definitely gonna do, if not all of those, definitely a bunch of those. But I also kind of want to, I don't know, keep it a little loose. It's my first time doing a karaoke stream, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous about it. But I did almost do it this morning, like today, as part of to do Enbarr and karaoke stream. But I thought, I do have work later, and I don't necessarily want to start in the morning. I'd rather start in the afternoon or like midday. So tomorrow is definitely going to be the best way to do it, the easiest day for me to do it. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, I guess. Tomorrow we're going to do karaoke stream. Today we're hanging out with the girl. We're hanging out with Enbarr, just chilling, just chillaxing, hanging out. Well, what does Will Smith say? Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, something like that. Shooting some b-ball outside the school when a couple of guys who was up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. How many of you? Wait a minute. How many of you even know what I'm referencing right now? I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. But how many of you guys in chat have no idea what I'm on about? Fesh pins. If you don't know, you can't buy a stream ticket. I just want to know how many of you guys in chat genuinely don't know what that's from. Okay, Dinah, I don't know if you actually know what that is, or if you're just following in Dylan's footsteps. Like, some of you guys I know, like Dylan, I know you know it. Krim, I know you know it, because I know that we're all like around the same age. Dinah, I know, is like not around the same age, so I don't know if he actually knows what it is. I did not follow. I know that song. Yeah, but do you, like... Alright. It was kind of a meme for a while, so I guess you can know the intro to The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Fesh Prince of Blair. Fesh Prince of Blair is a really good YouTube poop, and I don't even like YouTube poops. Yeah. God, it's crazy. Will Smith's, like, old now. I mean, I'm old now, too, but, like, that's just, what a fucking era. Song actually well, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was like from the 90s, I think. Yeah, so it's, yeah, sorry Dory, we're kind of fucking old. I hate to break it to you. 90s isn't that bad. 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. See, it's kind of that bad. The mid-90s was 30 years ago. The early 90s is 35, almost 40 years ago. I know, I'm sorry, you have to accept it. I know it's hard. That you're in like stage 2 of the 5 stages of grief. I get it. It's okay. It'll get better. The first episode of Fresh Prince was September 10th, 1990. That's, oh god. By rights, I probably shouldn't even know it, because if the first episode started 5 years before I was born, that's kind of crazy. It ended in 1996. Yeah, damn. Okay. Yeah, reruns. Yeah, constantly reruns. Dude, reruns as a concept is so, like... Nobody's even got cable anymore. I can't think of a single person that I know that has cable television. Everybody just, like, has fucking Netflix or whatever. Netflix or Hulu or Peacock or one of the billion fucking streaming services. I'm pretty sure my family doesn't even have Netflix anymore. Because we were like, well, nothing that we watch is actually on Netflix anymore. Let's just cancel our Netflix subscription and just stay subscribed to everything else. God, it sucks. It sucks existing in this moment in time. We used to have cable television. You would pay a cable television company and get X amount of channels based on the package that you pay. Now, you get to pay a subscription to each individual channel. Did you receive Netflix in the mail? I don't think we ever did. I was around and conscious and, like, knew about Netflix when it was a mail service. I don't know that I ever used the mail service version of Netflix. I did use, and I think these are still around, although they're a lot fewer, Redbox. Redbox was similar to Netflix, but it was kind of like, okay, there is a Redbox in your local vicinity. You go there. It's like a vending machine for movies. You go there, you pick the movie that you want to watch tonight. Or you can, I think you could get like 3 or 4 at a time. And it would vend the disc to you, and then you could watch it in your DVD player because it was DVDs. Like Blockbuster, except it wasn't a store, it was literally a vending machine. Those machines got abandoned. Yeah, I think some of them still exist, but like, because I remember having one like near my local grocery store. It was like outside my local grocery store, and I used it a couple of times, and it was novel in concept. And then streaming happened, and now everything is a streaming service. Like immediately, Netflix ate up the competition when video streaming happened. What a fucking wild journey of technology to have been born in like the late 80s to early 90s and just experience the insanity of computer technology skyrocketing over the past couple of decades. Kids 100 years in the future, adults 100 years in the future, are going to look back on this era and, like, not have any fucking idea what it was like watching this shit happen live. You are streaming right now? True. I, too, am benefiting from streaming culture. And now Moore's Law is dead. What was that? What was Moore's Law? Was something about processing power versus number of years. I forget. The number of transistors on a microchip doubles roughly every 2 years, while the cost of computers is halved. Ah, yeah, about that. About that. A 100 years in the future, what will people say about us? About us? Probably nothing. You and me? Probably they won't know my name. I'd like to believe they would, but I should probably work a lot harder on getting that publishing deal before I have any delusions of that kind of grandeur. Blame the crypto and AI bros? True. The bubble will pop. It's only a matter of time. More and more people are rapidly becoming disillusioned with AI. And by people, I mean, like, corporations. I saw something recently that was talking about how AI was literally making up numbers, and the business was, like, in the shitter because they were making business decisions based on numbers that just weren't real. Unfortunately, CEOs aren't people. I did not respond to that comment verbally. Ads in 3, 2, 1. Rest in peace, non-subbers. I'm sorry. I meant to say something sooner. I got wrapped up in the conversation. Kind of like Enbarr wrapped up around my fucking neck right now. This is very cute. I love this. It's so cute. I love that this works. Because she's, like, proportionally sized. She looks like a little baby. If and when Connla 2.0 ever happens, I think I do need to have an integrated mascot. Because this, having her wrapped around my neck, sitting on my shoulders like this, I think is super cute. She's adorable. Anyone who likes body horror, watch the movie Together. Oh, is that the one where it's like there's like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and they like, or like they're like not a boyfriend and girlfriend, but like they're like becoming the same person or something. Like trying to say, yeah, like that. I mean, there are a lot of VTubers who have mascots on their models. I dare say it's become commonplace. It's a metaphor. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. That's, yeah, I remember hearing about that movie. I don't watch a lot of movies. I went to the movies to see Iron Lung. That was, what, 2 weeks ago at this point? And I can't remember the last time I went to the movies before that. It was either to see Spider-Man Far From Home or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which I only went to see because it was directed by Sam Raimi. I really like Sam Raimi, although I haven't watched Sam Raimi's latest film because I was too busy going to see Iron Lung instead. Send Help, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see Send Help because I went to see Iron Lung. And now I kind of feel like if I do go see Send Help, number one, I will be betraying Markiplier and he will find me and he will turn me into a sea of blood. And number two, I'll just be comparing it to Iron Lung the whole time, and if it doesn't hold up, well, it won't hold up. I've accidentally forged a rivalry in my own head between Markiplier and Sam Raimi. Markiplier knew Send Help would beat Iron Lung at the box office. Yeah, but that's the thing. Mark knew that. Mark expected that so much that he knew it, and then for a very long time, it didn't. Like, at some point, it was bound to overtake them, but, like, Iron Lung held the line for way longer than anybody expected it to, which is awesome. It was like a weekend, which is like a whole weekend. Like, I don't know that anybody expected it to get number one, but not only did it get number one, it fucking held number one for more than a day. Like, I don't think people realize how big a deal that is. I don't know, like, surely Mark realizes it because he's in it, but, like, dude, the vast majority of that movie was done in his bathroom. Like, holy shit. It would be disingenuous to say that he did it himself, but, like, independently produced means independently produced. Like, he did the whole thing. Like, it was his creative vision. Hollywood's going to take the wrong yes, everybody has been saying the same thing. Everybody's going to start, all Hollywood producers are going to start chucking money at YouTubers, and nobody's going to make something good, because not all YouTubers are Markiplier. And I realize who I am and that I'm saying that. I am also not Markiplier, and I'm never going to be. I don't think... I realize that sounds very discouraging, especially coming from somebody who's kind of aiming in that direction. Some people just really have it. Other people just really don't. Some people are kind of in the middle. And it sucks to be in the middle. You don't have to be Markiplier, just be your best self. Exactly. I have this sinking feeling that, like, I don't know how to articulate this. I have the sinking feeling that a lot of the people who are going to get money thrown at them are like me, in that they kind of have ideas, but it's not really... I don't really have the kind of executive drive to undertake a project of that magnitude, right? I don't know that I would... Like, it's not just that I'm not Markiplier. It's that if I was Markiplier, I still would not be Markiplier. Excuse me. Does that make sense? Like, he's like the kind of person that you need to be. Mark is the kind of person that you need to be Markiplier, and he has the creative vision that Markiplier has. Right? Like, it's more than one thing. I think you do have the drive, it's just placed elsewhere. I would like to think that, yes. I would like to think that I have that kind of creative drive in the direction of, like, my novels and stuff. But then I look at Mark's work ethic, right? Like, I look at him working on the film for 3 years, and that was, like, the only thing he had going on for the most part for that long stretch of time. And then I think about the fact that I haven't opened my new manuscript in several weeks. I haven't opened my old manuscript that's on that needs revising for several months at this point. And I'm like, there is something that he has that I don't, and I know that. And maybe it is something as simple as diligence. But maybe it's something as simple as wanting it enough. And I can't help but feel like the fact that I'm not doing it every day, that I'm not thinking about it every waking moment, means that I don't want it enough. And sometimes that gets me in my head too much. Sometimes I start thinking, well, clearly I don't want it enough, so why am I doing it at all? And that's, that is a spiral. You have to try to keep yourself out of that spiral. It's hard. But sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes you have to set things aside so that you can continue being alive in order to pick those things back up again. And I think a lot of that has to do with luck. I think a lot of that has to do with being lucky enough for your creative vision to also provide sustenance for your life so that you can continue creating. Ugh. You can never be a film director, but I can see you heading to the development of a game. Really? You think you could see me heading the development of a game? I'll take that as a compliment. I couldn't see it, but I'll take that as a compliment. Also, not to take away from Markiplier's accomplishments, that when he started making Iron Lung, he didn't have to worry about going to work to put food in his mouth. Yeah, that's kind of the point, is that I'm driving at, is that Mark, despite not in spite of, but like alongside Mark's creative vision and technical skill, he was already in a place where he could comfortably do this himself. And that was a point of contention for him, clearly, because he didn't want Greater Hollywood getting involved. He wanted to do it himself, and so he didn't do it until he knew that he could do it himself without sacrificing his, like, security, like his home, his family, his dogs. Like, you know, it's a constant balancing act. His luck lies in the fact that he had already established himself well enough that he could, if this project failed, which, let's be honest, it never would, but if it ever did, it would kind of be a, well, that sucks, but he wouldn't be, like, devastated. It wouldn't be life-changing if it failed, right? Not easy making a movie, but it's harder if you have your energy being drained by work and money issues. Markiplier doesn't have to worry about money. Right, yeah. That's what I'm getting at. That doesn't take away from the creative vision. It does. I fear that a lot of people will forget that and will full send projects that they're not capable of recovering from should those projects fail. For as much as I love to think and say things like burn the boats, full send, if you're not living it, you're not doing it right, you gotta remember what you're gonna have for dinner. Because if what you're going to have for dinner is nothing, and what you're going to have for dinner tomorrow is nothing, and what you're going to have for dinner the next day is nothing, then you're not going to live long enough to see this vision become a success. If Cuphead had failed, the creators would probably be homeless right now. That is terrifying. That's the kind of thing that I have to respect the vision, but that threat of just utter... that threat of this project fails means my life fails is, like, petrifying. Absolutely petrifying. I cannot fathom... I cannot fathom that. I am not the kind of person who can stake my life on something like that. I don't think I can do that. God, it's so crazy thinking about it like that. Oh my God. I hope that in the alternate reality where that project wasn't a success, that they still are proud of it anyway. You know? I hope that if it had failed, they would have looked at it and been like, well, this is what I wanted to do. It didn't work out. I'm still, like, I'm not... Obviously, I'm upset that it didn't work out, but I'm not, like, mad. right? Like, I'm not... I hope that they would look at it and not say I wasted my life, because I would hope that they would look at it and say, this is what I spent my life doing, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but it's still a life well spent. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at. I would rather spend a life than waste a life. Yeah, Scott Cawthon, when he made Five Nights at Freddy's, which put him on the map. He was already a game developer for a bunch of games that nobody played and nobody heard of until Five Nights at Freddy's came out, and people started looking at his backlog, because yeah, he nailed it. And sometimes that's what it takes. And I can't get over that, man. Like, I talk a lot about, like, about to do both in record time. Watch this. Grim, thanks for 23 months of Prime. Holy shit. Thank you for spending and wasting your Prime sub. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, FNAF was inspired by a bad review on Chipper and Sons Lumber Company. They said that the 3D models looked like animatronics, and then he was like, what if I leaned into that? And the rest is history. Like, oh my god. And that's what I was going to say, was that I am so... in the back of my head, I'm so nervous about my first published novel not being big enough that I'm like, what if I just don't publish it? Then I never have to worry about it not being as big as I expect it to. And that's the worst thing you can do, is to put it off because it's not... is to put it off because it's not perfect. Because it's never going to be perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about being... and Mark said this in a recent, like, video or live stream or something. It's not about being perfect. It's about being as good as you can get it right now. And you learn along the way. That's what it's about. But it's hard. It's hard to take that step. It's hard to put your faith in something knowing that most likely it's not going to work out. And then when it inevitably doesn't work out, continuing to put your faith into it and doing another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then maybe eventually it works out, and then maybe eventually it still doesn't work out. And that's why a lot of people say when they're making art, they're not doing it for other people, they're doing it for themselves. Because you have to do it for yourself. Because if it wasn't for yourself, you wouldn't be doing it at all. You wouldn't be doing it at all, because, like, why would you be doing it if you knew that it might not work? The only other reason to do it is because it makes me happy. Is because I want to do it. This is what my life is. I go to work, I make money, I put food on my table. That's me operating. Me living is doing this thing. That's it. I did not expect to get so heated, and I will refrain from saying profound and instead say pretentious on a random Tuesday morning. I have to tell myself that about my LEGO projects constantly. Right, exactly, because, like, who is that for? It's, in a way, it's for, taking your Pyro Pup example for that you mentioned earlier. In a way, it's for the other Pyro Pups. In a way, it's for Cinder. But in reality, it's for you. Because you could keep working on it, and then when it's done, you could just not show it to anybody, and you would still be satisfied with it. Or at least I hope that you would still be satisfied with it. Because, like, it's not about other people. You were inspired. That fire is in you, and you get to put it on the page, on the canvas, in the Lego brick program, wherever you want to put it. It's wonderful. I love it. I love it so much. That's why for as practical a person, for as practical a people my family are, I can't ever commit to being just a pragmatic, practical person. I am an artist. At least a little bit. Maybe not as much as a lot of other people, but I am a little bit an artist. Like, I have to be. Maybe I am genuinely the black sheep in my family for that. I don't know. But, like, I'm cool with that, too. I gotta be. My brothers, well, technically, today's Tuesday, I'm pretty sure they're off. Like my brothers who bought their house, they work jobs. When they're not working jobs, they're hanging out at home, having a couple of drinks, playing some video games. That's what they do. I work a job. My job is a lot different from theirs. When I'm not working a job, this is what I'm doing. This, or working on my books, or working on stuff for the stream, or watching other streamers, and, like, taking notes on what they're doing, how they're doing it, so that I can maybe see if I want to do something similar on my stream, something like that. You have no idea how many tweets I have bookmarked because they were, like, from other VTubers saying, hey, I discovered this thing, I think it could be cool, or, like, other artists and character designers posting their work and me being like, ooh, I like this, and this elements of this thing. I might want to try something similar in something that I want to do in the future. Like, oh my god, dude. And I'm being very meticulous with the words I'm using because I don't want to say copy. I don't want to do what these other people are doing. I want to take inspiration from them. I want to emulate. I don't want to copy what they're doing. I think it's very important to put your own spin on things. I think it's perfectly fine to be inspired by other people. There is a very fine line between inspiration and copying. Back when I first debuted this model and my Black Wolf model at the same time, the reason I did it the way that I did it is because I didn't want to do it the way that Cinder did it, right? With her Demon debut. Because Cinder's Demon debut back in 2023, yes, it's been that long, is what really inspired me to start VTubing in the first place. Because all of her marketing up to the debut of the Demon model was of her 2.0 model. And then when the debut came, she tricked everybody by presenting an entirely new model that nobody had seen before. That was so cool that it got me to want to start VTubing. And I was inspired by that event and the lore that I had kind of already come up with a little bit. Before Connla was a VTuber, he was an OC, as many VTubers are. But then, like, you know, over time I kind of refined it, and I took inspiration from a lot of different things, and then the Black Wolf model kind of came into existence. The Black Wolf, as a concept, kind of came into existence in part of that. I think a lot of VTubers have duality as an overall theme. A lot of VTubers are two different things. Cinder's a hellhound and a demon. She's fire and ice. I am a wolf boy and a werewolf. I am a wolf and a boy. A lot of VTubers are what if X animal was also an anime girl. Like, duality is a pervasive theme across the media, I have found. And so I did want to embrace that because I do think that because duality is a duality and dichotomy are themes that resonate with me a lot. Being of two worlds, that sort of thing. Obligatory Hannah Montana reference. So I wanted to have that kind of dual nature, that kind of comfy, cozy, wandering wolf boy chaos, and then the evil, dark horror Black Wolf model. Although, let's be honest, it's still me at the end of the day. But and I wanted to present it similarly to the way that the person who most inspired me to do this in the first place did, but I didn't want to straight up copy her by oh, this is the actual model, and then have the other model released at a different time. Instead, I integrated Twilight Princess into the debut. For those of you who were here for that debut stream so long ago, I debuted this model. We started playing Twilight Princess, and at the point in the game where Link transforms into a wolf, I swapped to the other model, and then we debuted that model, and then continued with the game in later streams. That's because that's the choreography that I came up with to tell the story. And it was very much inspired by the way that Cinder told her story, but it was very important to me that I not just do it the way that she did it to copy her. I wanted to emulate the feeling that I got watching her story play out. I didn't want to copy her story the way that she performed it. That was very important to me. And so that's why I always say things like, take inspiration from other creators, take inspiration from ideas, take elements from ideas, don't copy, remix. Everything is a remix. Man, I have been fucking ranting today, huh? I'm sorry. I get really passionate about art as a concept and creativity. I get really passionate about this stuff. I do. I love that moment. I'm glad to be a pirate, but man, I am drunk. Dinah, eat some bread, drink some water, and sit down if you're not sitting down. Seriously. Breathe. Catch your breath, man. Never apologize for being passionate. I know. You're right. I shouldn't. It's just I don't expect to get so heated about stuff until I'm like knee deep in it. I'm like, man, this shit means something to me. You know? This is important to me. Worried I'm gonna thrash my voice after I just said that I'm gonna do karaoke tomorrow. That's okay. I got some remedies for something like that. But yeah, I'm very passionate about creative endeavors. Hi. That's why I want to do more with VTubing, but it is hard to, and like I was talking before about Markiplier being able to balance his creative endeavors with just surviving, financially speaking, for lack of a better phrase, that it's hard to balance everything. And a lot of the creators that I look up to are in a position to do this full time, so it is. Obviously, it's harder in ways because they have a much larger audience and they have a lot more things to balance. But it is a lot easier because they have less to worry about on the what am I going to have for dinner from. Everybody's living situation is different. Everybody's life situation is different, and that affects their ability to pursue creative endeavors. That's why I have so many big ideas that I really want to do. And the bottom line, the bottom line is the bottom line. The bottom line is, I really can't afford to do that at this size. So I kind of have to, there are a ton of ideas that I have to sit on because I just can't afford a 2.0 model or a new debut or whatever the new idea might be at this time. And it sucks talking about that kind of stuff because it makes me feel like, oh, well, my audience isn't giving me enough money to be able to do that. No, that's not what I mean. And I don't ever want to come off that way. And if I ever do come off that way, somebody call my ass out about it. Because it's not like that. I want to have a large enough audience to be able to present myself to people to say, hey, this is me, these are my people, they like me, they support me, would you be willing to, like, sponsor me to eventually, hopefully, use that sponsor money to fund more cool stuff to show them, right? I want to get to a point where, did I hear pay the Connla tag? That is exactly the opposite of what I was saying. That it's not about the donations that you guys make to me, although I love and appreciate you guys for hanging out with me here and giving me those contributions when you are able to, when you can. But there's a lot of, it's a numbers game. And it sucks that it's a numbers game, because, like, it's meaningful to just have you guys here hanging out and chatting with me. And I don't ever want you guys to think that it's not. And I maybe I don't say it enough, but I get a little embarrassed to say it sometimes, okay? Like, because it is a big deal that you come and hang out with me, because there are a bunch of other streamers who are not only bigger than me, but better than me, and, like, you know, I don't know, I try not to be jealous, but sometimes, you know, don't lie, you hate me, you right, I'm lying, I'm kidding, I'm joking, I don't know. It means stop selling yourself short. Is that what I'm doing? Am I selling myself short? I don't know. It's hard. It's like, I don't know. I'm constantly, like, trying not to overstep. I'm trying not to be annoying, but, like, you gotta put yourself out there, I guess. It's kind of. It's a little hard to do, and, you know, I don't know. I don't know who to look to make sure that I'm doing well enough. I don't even know what well enough means. Maybe it really is just all overthinking. Maybe I just gotta keep doing it because I want to do it. That's why I started doing it in the first place. In the past, Ceruleani could tell you, he's been a mod for as long as I've been streaming, basically. Like, in the past, I tried to do Let's Play content, and in the past, I mean in the year, like, fucking 2013, 2014, inspired by Markiplier when he blew up after fucking FNAF. I wanted to do Let's Play content, and I wanted to do it so that I could be like Markiplier. So that I could make money playing video games, and I started doing livestream content so that I could be like Moon, so that I could make money playing video games, and it was always the wrong reasons. And then eventually, I discovered VTubing, and I was like, well, maybe that would be cool to try one day, but I've already tried to do Let's Play, I've already tried to be a face cam streamer, I've already tried to be a faceless streamer, and none of it worked out. And eventually, and then I found Cinder, and I liked what she was doing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this because I want to do this, not because I want to become successful at it. I want to do it because it looks cool, and I like the tech, and it seems fun. And because I started doing it for those reasons, I'm still doing it for, what, 3 years now? I started doing it I started doing it in 2024, no. No, we hit partner not partner. Jeez, we hit affiliate in February. I started in October of 2023. Started in October of 2023, so almost 3 years, 2.5 years, give or take. So, and I'm still doing it. Versus in the past, I gave up after a couple months because I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Because I was doing it to try to get big, to try to blow up. And it's not to say that I'm not doing it to try to get big, to try to blow up, but to try to do this full time. Because I am, but I'm doing it so that I'm doing it to blow up so that I can continue doing it because I like doing it. Not because I want to get rich, but because I want to keep doing it, and I want to do it more, and I want to do this to make enough money to continue to do this. I want this to feed itself. That's why I'm doing it. That's the ambition. And I think that is the only good way to do it for the money, is to do it for the money because the money is for it, to continue doing it, to continue doing it better, right? It cycles. You do an amazing job. Your content yapping, even writing cozy streams, you're doing great. It's hard to see sometimes in yourself. You're doing amazing. Every Connla stream is a good stream. I'm proud of, man. You can't say shit like that to me. Stop it. Man. Fucking... I don't know, I'm out here doing my best, and a lot of the time I feel like my best isn't good enough. We streamed once last week. Once. And I was upset that I couldn't find the energy to squeeze more streams in. I could find the time to squeeze in more streams, but I couldn't find the energy to squeeze in more streams. And that frustrates me. Because it does take energy to stream. Like, and it feels like it takes me more energy than most people to do things. I, in general, don't have as many spoons as a lot of other people seem to have. And it frustrates me, and I do get upset about it. So, I don't want you guys to think that I don't stream just because I'm, like, not in the mood. I don't stream because I don't have the energy to bring you guys the kind of mood that you expect. The kind of mood that I think you guys deserve, which is, like, not depressing, basically. I need to have enough energy to have a good stream, to have a comfortable stream. And sometimes, and I have had streams where at the end of them I'm like, well, I didn't really have a very good stream, or something happened and it kind of fucked up my mood, and it kind of ruined the vibe. And then that happens. Shit happens. But there are days where I'm like, I am in a shitty mood. If I go on stream, it is going to, like, I'm not going to be able to hide it. Like, I'm just going to take the day off. Because that would be, I would feel bad putting that energy out into you guys. And there have also been days where I've been like, man, I kind of feel shitty, but I said I was going to stream today, everything's on the schedule, I'm just going to go live, and I'm going to give it my best, and then just you guys being here just fixes my day. And I can't help but get a little sappy about that. I don't know. Maybe I feel like, having said all that, I feel like I'm just describing a normal fucking life, right? Like, you have ups and you have downs, right? Like, you take it day by day. So, like, and now it makes it feel like I'm making it sound more important than it is. But it is important. Because it's life. If it's not important, what the hell are we doing here, right? Fucking... I didn't expect to get so sappy and high-minded just on a Tuesday. Want to say something about juggling sample bottles? Yikes. You're my second favorite streamer out of all of those on the platform. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We're here for you. That means a lot. Name one Tuesday that you didn't, though. Good point. A lot of Coffee with Connla streams that is just me talking tend to get kind of sappy and overly philosophical and pretentious. Thank you, Brick. That really does mean a lot to me. And it's okay. Like, I know a lot of people, like, it is generally a faux pas to be like, oh, you're my second favorite streamer, you're my third favorite streamer, because, like, oh, well, then who's the other two? Like, you know, but I don't, so, like, don't, I wouldn't necessarily condone going in other people's chats and saying shit like that, but, like, I'm kind of chill with that. I know, you know, there are no other streamers, and I mean it. I was literally about to say, I know there are other streamers. There are a lot of other streamers. There are a ton of other streamers that are bigger than me. There are a ton of other streamers that are smaller than me. Shocker. Because I still feel like I'm, like, not, like, there are a lot of other people who are legitimately streaming to one other person, if that. And, like, more fucking power to them, because that's the time when you really can't give up. That's hard. I've been there. I remember that. That one other person was Dylan Ceruleani in chat. He was my fucking homie. And Krim. Krim was there sometimes. Krim's here all the time now. I think he likes me, chat. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, like, my point being that, like, I'm chill being your second, third, or, like, 10th favorite streamer. I'm okay with that. You can say that to me. I don't mind. Maybe don't say it super often, because then I might end up getting in my head about it, but, like, I'm chill with that. I'm chill with not being your number one. Like, yeah, and you don't have to lie to me about that. I'm not my own number one favorite streamer, even though sometimes I feel like I probably should be, and that I would be a little more successful if I was, but, like, come on, there are people who are doing cooler shit than me. Come on, like... your Oshi has Oshis. It's fine. And the other thing that I like is seeing you guys using my emotes in other people's chats, because I do see you guys using my emotes in other people's chats, and sometimes I'm lurking in people's streams, and I see my emotes come up, and you guys are using my emotes naturally, and you didn't know that I was there in that stream, and it makes me cry. It makes me cry, because I'm like watching just some other streamer, and then one of you guys who has my emotes shows up in their stream and is using my emotes, and I'm like, it's me, that's them, and that's my leaflet. Like, once you play No Sleep, you will be. I was thinking about No Sleep. I was thinking about No Sleep when I was at work yesterday. I didn't want to lie, but your stream mean a lot. Thank you, Greg. Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, I get. I wouldn't want you to lie about that, right? I wouldn't want you to say that I was your number one streamer if I'm not your number one streamer. I'm just saying that, like, a lot of other people might not be as chill about a comment like that. Just to kind of, you know, I want to cover all my bases here. I don't want you to get in trouble if other people have conversations like that, and you know, like, you know, it can be a bit of a touchy subject. Me personally, I'm very chill about it, or I like to think that I'm very chill about it. I gotta blow my nose. Get me all teary-eyed and bleary-eyed and bleary-eyed delirious. Yeah, I've been thinking about No Sleep because my work has been scheduling me on Mondays, I don't want to get into the details of it. They need me more often on Mondays now, kind of suddenly, just in general. So work has been scheduling me on Mondays, so I haven't been able to do Mythos Monday as often as I'd like. Because I wanted to start doing it last week, but then I've been working Mondays, and like specifically like Monday afternoons into evenings, which is when we usually do Mythos Mondays. I've been thinking about no sleep, because no sleep for Kaname Date is like a 12 to 15 hour game based on howlongtobeat.com. And considering the game is called No Sleep for Kaname Date, I've been considering trying to find a day where we do it all in one sitting. There's something inside that game that will make you explode, and I can't wait to see it. Hell yeah. I have seen nothing about No Sleep other than some posts from the official account. So I don't know anything. Like, No Sleep is the one that I'm going in knowing the absolute least about, aside from maybe the first game. Like, I had seen some stuff from Nirvana Initiative after playing the first game. So I knew like one or two like minor things going in. No Sleep, I don't know anything about except for the only thing I know about No Sleep is that I fucking hate Iris's outfit in that game. I know the game is like about Iris being like trapped in some like digital thing. I don't know. But I hate her fucking out. She's like dressed up in some weird fucking bunny suit. I hate it. I despise it. It's disgusting. I do not like it. Not one bit. It's bad and they never address it. I can't stand it. Which sucks because her future design in Nirvana Initiative is really good. It's like better than her initial design. And I wish that they had kind of taken her Somnium Files design and her Nirvana future design and kind of made a bit of an in-between. But no, they gave her like a weird furry bunny outfit, and I fucking hate it. It looks ugly and objectifying, I'm not gonna lie. I really don't like it. It's starting to snow. Oh no! Brick, stay warm, stay dry. Take care. The weather's been awfully unstable in my area for like a month at this point. I don't know, man. It can't decide whether it wants to try to be spring or not yet. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about not doing No Sleep for Mythos Monday and just finding a day to do No Sleep all in one go. I would really like to do that. It is a commitment. 15, like the longest I've ever streamed in one sitting was 10 hours, and that was when the Elden Ring DLC dropped. We did a 10-hour stream that day. So I would be pushing it. If the game itself takes anywhere between 12 and 15 hours for like a normal playthrough, because the way that... Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up here to show you guys what I look at when I see this. This is howlongtobeat.com. Dinah, I think you held your finger on the slash key a little too long. My nose is stuffed up again. This is what I see. No Sleep for Kaname Date from I Have the Somnium Files. Main story, approximately 12 and a half hours to beat. Main plus extras, approximately 15 and a half hours to beat. Completionist run, that means getting everything. obviously it's completionist. I don't know why I explained the word completionist. 17.5 hours, approximately. These are all aggregate numbers from people submitting how long it took them to beat the game at this rate. So for me, when I look at these numbers, I estimate how long it will take me to beat the game by kind of putting it between a range between this number and this number. Because when I play a game, I tend to focus main story stuff, but sometimes I do side stuff anyway, but I don't do all side stuff. So it's anywhere between these two numbers is generally how long it will take me to beat the game. If I'm trying specifically to do it all in one stream, I expect it will take longer than this amount of time because I know it will take at least this amount of time, so I will plan to have breaks during the stream. How good are you at escape rooms? I've done one escape room. Ceruleani was there. That was, what, a decade ago almost? I'd say we were alright at it. I think we were on pace to get the best time, but then there was like one thing that kinda... We barely made it out in time. Oh, was that what happened? We almost didn't make it out before the, like, okay, this is the time limit. There was, like, I remember it being, like, one thing in particular. Oh, we almost got on the leaderboard. Okay, alright, gotcha. I remember there being, like, specifically one thing that we got hung up on. I don't remember what it was. But there was one thing that was like, oh, if we had figured this out a little bit faster, then, like, we would have been, like, top 3 or something. You remember Rotor versus Motor? You fucking remember that? Holy shit. I don't even remember the context of that. I think it was like a spaceship or something was the like theme. That's crazy. Yeah, but so I'd say I'm decently good at escape rooms. I'd say I'm decent at them. And we did play the 2 previous the Somnium Files games. So I kind of get some of the types of puzzles that they like to use. So I'm fairly confident. But I would expect that stream to be something like a 15 to maybe 20 hour stream. So I would need to find a very good day to do that. It would be very difficult to find a good day to do that, because I do not live by myself, so, would probably have to be, like, on a weekend, but I also work weekends, some or most of the time, so we will see. Someone was reading off which to connect while someone else connected, then there was a rotor and a motor, and damn, wow! Yeah, now that you say it, I totally remember it. Oh my god. Wow, how long ago was that? Damn. Yeah, oh my god. I remember that, the pegs on the board with the wires. Oh man. That's crazy. That's crazy you remember that. Oh man, that was such a long time ago. But yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan specifically for No Sleep, because I do want to play it, and I would like to try to get it all done in one sitting. I think that could be a fun idea. But we will have to, like, have breaks for food and chilling out and stuff. Because I feel like if I did try to just play the game straight with no breaks, not only would I get super hungry and tired, I would also get super fucking frustrated. So we will have to take breaks during that stream. if and when it ever does happen. As for Mythos Monday, I do want to do more Fate Stay Night. I do want to do more Tsukihime. I don't know which one I want to do first. Darby? Do you guys hear that? Darby has nightmares sometimes. He'll like bark in his sleep. I think that's what just happened. Hold on, give me a second. That's okay, he's good. How do I use points to pet Darby? You can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, little bro was out. he was asleep. But yeah, I can't decide what I want to do next for Mythos Monday between Tsukihime or Fate Stay Night, because Fate Stay Night has 2 more routes that we haven't gotten to, and also a direct sequel in, what the fuck is it called? I'm wanting to say Strange Fake. That's not the sequel. That Strange Fake is the new anime that's coming out. Hollow Ataraxia is the sequel to Fate Stay Night, which is it's a direct sequel. And that one itself, I think, has at least 2 routes. I don't remember. So I want to get that done. But Tsukihime only has 1 new route presently, because we're playing through the Tsukihime remake. The original Tsukihime had like 5 routes, I think, by the time it was fully completed. The remake only has the 2 main routes. I don't know if or when the new routes... I don't know when the new routes will be added to the game. I don't know if the new routes will be added to the game. The reason I'm having trouble deciding is because I could just do Tsukihime, do the other route in Tsukihime, and then we're done with Tsukihime basically forever. And then we could do Fate Stay Night's Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel routes, and then jump right into Hollow Ataraxia. Or, because I expect it'll kind of take us a long time, I'll do Unlimited Blade Works next, then do the next route in Tsukihime, then do Heaven's Feel in Fate Stay Night again, and by that time, I'll kind of know whether or not the new routes are being added to Tsukihime Remake. Maybe I won't, maybe they never will, I don't know. Maybe we just do Tsukihime next. I did really like Tsukihime. I don't know. But again, I don't know when we will start our new run in Mythos Monday anyway. Because I've been working Mondays lately. So, we'll see. We'll see soon. I hope. For now, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this a stream. Thank you for coming to... starting in 2 minutes. Thank you for sending that message the instant I pressed the fucking snooze button. That's great. We were on the same wavelength, going in complete opposite directions. That was awesome. The fucking instant I pressed the snooze button on the ads. Hell yeah, good mod, good mod. Joel the Sturgeon. I've been seeing a lot of him lately, huh? Damn. Sometimes I feel like this fishing game is rigged. I don't understand the percentages. Maybe there's just fewer fish in the game than I think there are. Maybe I gotta add more customs. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think we're gonna call it a stream. I think this has been a successful debut for my little partner in crime, Enbarr here. Partner in Kingslaying. She's so happy. She's adorable. I love it. I love Earl the Seahorse form. It makes me so happy. Tomorrow we'll be doing karaoke. I'll let you guys know when that's happening. And then I'm still kind of working on a schedule for the rest of this week. I'm working a lot this week. Again, next week should be a little easier. Like, I'm still working a lot, but it's kind of it'll be a little different as far as hours. So I don't know. Join the Discord. That's where the most reliable updates will be coming from. I'll try and make up a schedule for this week to post it. I don't know for sure that that's gonna work out exactly. I'm gonna do my best. In the meantime, let's find somebody to raid. I think Can we? Yay! Let's go say hi to Veli this morning. She's playing some Resident Evil. She's doing Resident Evil Village? No, she's doing Resident Evil 7. She's played Resident Evil Village. And I think she's played Resident Evil 4 also, the remake of 4. And now she's playing Resident Evil 7. She's doing the entire franchise completely out of order. And it's great. So, say hi to Veli. I hope you guys enjoyed Enbarr's debut today. I'm sure she's very proud of herself. I'm very proud of her as well. I'm very proud of you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for being cool. Thanks for being. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, or in Japanese, Biohazard 7 Resident Evil. Yeah. Thank you for stream. Thank you for stream. Thank you for being here for stream. I know it was kind of a surprise, kind of last notice thing. But yeah. Get the merch. Reminder, the Enbarr Heart Handle mug is a limited time item, goes away at the end of the month. Everything else will be sticking around. Be nice, have fun, raid leaf. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again so much for being here.